We had said that you tell us the current situation about your study problem in your study context. And we said that for you to tell us the current situation, what you do is to tell us whether the situation is good or poor. But we said for you to bring out this picture, you start by reading some current books which have current facts about your DV. So we said read current research reports, journal articles, newspapers, government reports on your DV. This is where you get the current facts. For now, just believe that on any problem you are researching about, there are some current reports about it. As we said at the beginning, you are not the first to think about that problem, and therefore you are not going to be the last. You are not going to be the last. So just know that people have already written about that problem. Now, when you are searching, for example, you can go to your library and you look at newspapers and you see what they have talked about, for example, waste management practices. At least you will find a few topics in the newspapers that have talked about them, about the waste management practices. You can even search Mr. Google and you get new or current articles about your problem. They are there. Or you can go to government websites or ministerial websites. When you are researching about a particular issue, you need to know the ministry or the government department where that issue belongs. Where does it belong? For example, waste management falls in the environment, under environment ministry or department. Even though it can go in several other departments in each local government unit. For example, the Ministry of Health may have it, or the health department at the district. They have a full unit that deals with waste management issues. So in other words, if you are researching about a given problem, you need to understand that there is a given government unit or department or ministry that deals with it. When you know that, you can go to the website and you look for anything they have said about, any information they have reported about that problem. I don't have your research problems here, all your DV. We would be giving examples. So, say that we said look for current facts about your study problem and find out whether the situation about your problem is still good or bad right now or currently. And you get these facts, the information about the current situation, you get it from current research reports, journal articles, newspapers, government reports, etc. which have written or have reported on your DV. We said you can ask yourself when you are searching for facts, are there reports on how people at home or in homes manage their wastes? That is the question you are asking yourself when you are doing the searches. If yes, what do they say? Can you pick out a few facts to give us a picture or a story on how the situation is now? Do they show that there is good waste management practices, for example? That is what we mean in that paragraph. And I saw somebody called Zaitun was putting up a hand. Zaitun, what do you want to say? If you put up your hand, what do you want to say? Oh, it is down. Eh? Maybe the issue has been resolved. I want to end at the point of problem statement. Sorry, we would have stopped by now, but the interruptions have been many. We would have stopped by now. The network has been a really not a very good thing. Okay. So maybe next time we shall have a better location where we can get the network. I want to end on the problem statement. And I have said that the problem statement is the second subheading in your background. That is why we call it 1.2. Sorry, it is the second subheading in your chapter 1. That is why we give it a 1.2. 2 means it is the second subheading. What do we do in this section? We said you officially mention your problem that exists in the field or location where you want to do the study from. Remember, we said that you as a researcher, you have seen a story of the problem happening in your study area. That is why you became concerned and you want to do more investigation about it. So you tell us what you saw and how you think about it. You officially, we said you should, in what you are going to write here in one paragraph or two, you point out the current facts on ground to prove that the problem exists. You also show how dangerous it is. Probably you have seen some of the negative effects of the problem on ground. So when you show how dangerous it is, it shows that there is an urgent need to do a study, to study that problem in order to understand it better, and hence suggest how to solve it. We said there are many ways of stating the problem. Your research problem. So you can present it in different ways. But we proposed this one. You start by stressing the importance of the DV, that is your study problem. Then lament. To lament is like you are talking, you are showing the discontent. Lament the specific problem. By lamenting means you are showing a picture which is not good. You mention your problem in a negative way. Show the problem which exists in your area of study. And you give empirical indicators or evidences that it is there. You give evidences or indicators that the problem is there on the ground. Then you suggest the bad consequences or the negative consequences of the problem, and hence the need to solve it. Suggest the solution. So here we have said a lot. Because one way, you are arguing that one way, some of the things here I'm reducing them, one way to solve the problem is to isolate, to find out, the language here may be big, to find out the factors or its causes, to find out its causes, point out that that study, your study, is interested or is going to investigate the extent to which your IV could be responsible, could be one of the factors contributing to the existence of the problem. This is what you are showing. Hence, you are justifying the need, justifying the need for your proposed study, the need for your study, the need for your study. So you are justifying that there is a need for your study to relate, to find out how your IV causes the DV in your study location. So we said in a summarized way, you may follow these steps to state your problem or to write your problem statement. You may use these steps to write your problem statement in at least one paragraph, in at least 5 sentences, joined together in 1 or 2 paragraphs. In the first sentence, you mention the specific problem of your study, and if possible, you give us a source to prove the existence of that problem. Here, in this first sentence, you are like asking a question. Who tells you, or where do you get it? For example, when you say that there is a problem of poor waste management in homes, Is there any report that has reported that, or it is your personal observation? If it is personal observation, you always sorry.
Ya Allah.
Kamaris.
We are back. Members, we are back. I know. Let us try to move a bit faster so that we wind up this session. We are saying that you may write your problem statement by following these steps. In step number 1, or in sentence number 1, you write a sentence in which you show the specific problem of the study. And in step number 2, you write a sentence in which you show the specific indicators or signs of the problem. In doing so, you are like answering a question. What shows that the problem is there? And we said for you to do this, you point out some current facts. You point out some current facts from current or recent newspapers, recent research reports, journal articles, and institutional reports to prove that the problem is there. Remember, this sentence here, the information you need to write this sentence is almost the same information you have given in the background in the last sentence or in the last paragraph we said. So you already have this information. You are just putting it together in this sentence. Then after you have proven that there are some facts on ground which show that the problem is there, then go ahead in sentence number 3 to bring out some negative effects of the problem. Dangers of the problem. Is the problem really a problem? Is it dangerous? How dangerous is it? To who is it dangerous? Then we said mention in sentence number 4, mention the possible causes of the problem. If possible, also with the source. What are some of the possible causes of the problem? And then you mention the specific cause which your study is going to examine and show why you have selected that cause out of the many possible causes. And we said the reason you give shows the gap. For example, you may say that the researcher did not find any study examining the effect of the IV, of your IV on DV. Hence the need to cover this gap. If it is true you did not find such a study, or if you say if all the available researches were carried out in other countries and no study was conducted in your country or your area of the study, we call this one a contextual gap. 3, the reason you may give may say, it may be because all the available studies were done long time ago. So there is a need to cover what we call the time gap. Or the reason may be that the available studies used different methods, and your study is going to use a different method. We call this one a methodological gap. You can give any reason, but the reason may be one of these, and this is the reason we give why we need to conduct a new study. I have just summarized this to show you how you can write the problem statement. When you put these sentences together, you will have a simple paragraph, which can be half a page. That